Popped it out. Look. No, it didn't either. This one's gonna be really bad. It did something though, because it shook.
Yeah.
Get a little hotter. Don't push the limit. The laws of heat and pressure. The laws of heat and pressure have applied.
Holy shit. It worked.
Stand back. Oh. He's gonna have heat underneath there.
Right. That's amazing. So you put both nuts on and boom, there you go. Damn, dude, you rock.
Yeah.
You rock.
That's how we do it.
Wow.
Look in there. Okay, so you want to summarize this?
Yeah.
Turn off the fan. Okay, so what we did is we left the bleeder valve in. These wheel cylinders meant to go on either side of the car, or the Ferret. So there's a block off on one side, and the other side is where the brake line comes in. So I robbed the block off from the other wheel cylinder, put it where the brake line was supposed to connect. Then we put a bunch of fluid inside there, then heated it up. The fluid built up pressure. As the pressure increased, it forced the piston out.
And so when you were doing that earlier, though, heating it up, and we saw the fluid coming out of the bottom, it was seeping through.
It was seeping through. The penetrating oil, we use penetrating oil as the fluid. So as I saw that coming out, I knew we were getting it to penetrate, or it wouldn't be up there, or it wouldn't be coming out the bottom.
Right.
So that's what gave me the idea to block that off. So the pressure has to go somewhere. The only path of least resistance is to push your piston out.
There you go, guys. That's how you get it out.
That plastic piece saw a little bit of heat, but not enough to hurt anything. It may be a little on the charcoal side. Another dental pick wherever it went. Not this one. Got it.
You're missing the.
No, I got it right there.
Oh,
Already pulled it out.
oh, okay. I was like, shit, it's missing the white cap. Okay.
Yeah, the white thing's right there. It either turned black or it was already black.
It's a different one.
All right, so we got everything cleaned up. The housing bore's been cleaned real well on the inside. Got new seals. So your wheel cylinder rebuild kit, these are 1 1/8". I think it's like a part number 214 or something crazy from Napa. Anyway, it's easy to find that part number. These came from Bannisters, but you can buy them at Napa. And the wheel cylinder rebuild kit consists basically of this. Everything else is going to be your other parts that you have cleaned up and made like new. Hopefully you got a way to blast them or something like that, because these pistons are going to have to be blasted to get all the corrosion off the sides of them, or they're going to try to seize in the bore. So basically the stack up goes this conical spring here with the plastic cup, and you just drop that in, which I can't even do that straight. That goes in like that. Mm-hmm. The next part that's going to go in is going to be the rubber seal. So we're going to use a little bit of assembly lube here just so it stays lubricated.
Is that just oil?
It's just oil, yeah. This will help it until it gets some brake fluid up on it. Otherwise, it don't want to start straight. And of course, that seal goes in like this. So the basically the concave portion of it goes down toward that plastic boot there, or plastic cup, if you will. And then once you get it in, you just have to get it square. And once it goes in a square, it'll get happy. So it's all squared up now. Make sure you don't pinch the seal. If you pinch it, it'll try to go in more on one side than the other. Once you got that down all the way, then this piston goes in and the recess goes out toward you. I'll put a little bit of oil on it also. You don't want to just try to seize in the bore.
Nice.
And push that down all the way. The further you push this down, the easier it's going to be when you go back together with everything, because it all ends up having to, there we go. Now it's down all the way. See how forward it is?
Yeah. And that there. Yeah.
These are bleeder screws. We'll put a little bit of oil on them. I just don't want them to try to do anything weird or gall while we're trying to bleed the brakes. Okay, and then we've got these cap screws that go on, according to if you're working on the front or the rear, they're going to end up going back the way they were. So, one per wheel cylinder.
Check.
And that's got that one good to go. Now we'll be ready to put this unit back on the Ferret. You have to build the rest of it up on the vehicle.
Check.
Good to go.
Good to go. Right. Clean this up as well with this little power pneumatic grinder, not grinder, sander thing. What do you call that?
Ziz wheel.
Ziz wheel. Got that cleaned up anyway.